What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris for the next set from the Free League Season 4. It's going to be No Tidehunter on the Radiant versus Fnatic on the Dire. And Liquipedia is a little bit messed up, so I don't exactly know the scores. I didn't really want to go through the whole thing because that'll be a pain in the ass. And I just kind of wanted to get these games out because, well, yeah, I am going to go on break for the next week. So that means I'm going to fall massively behind. That means there will be no uploads. So unfortunately, I have to grind as many games as I can right now, because I am only like one set behind right now, which isn't too bad for me at least. So, yeah, No Tidehunter versus Fnatic. I think they are both pretty much in the same position in the tournament. They're both like in the upper middle of the pack, right behind like Liquid and VP, who are pretty much killing everyone. So No Tidehunter and Fnatic, they really, really want this win, like more so than other teams would like wins, because this is going to push one of them ahead of the other, which is, of course, extremely important. And No Tidehunter, of course, recently losing, or kicking, I guess, their captain, although I don't think he was actually drafting for them. By the time they kicked him out, Eternal Envy has left, and now it is going to be Eggum on No Tidehunter. I believe I've actually casted with him in there already. And Fnatic gonna run their pretty standard lineup, with the exception of some guy named N, who's sporting what looks like, yeah, that's Gandalf. That's definitely Gandalf. He's gonna be standing in for Fnatic, so just one down for Fnatic, and we are going to be seeing No Tidehunter pick up the signature hero of Admiral Bulldog. It is going to be the Lone Druid. Admiral Bulldog, known for playing like, what, 500 games straight on Lone Druid without pause. So yeah, he's pretty good on Lone Druid, I have to say. He's okay. Batrider is also going to be the pickup after banning out the Wisp as well as the Life Stealer, possibly preparing themselves from the Lone Druid pick from the get-go. Life Stealer does do some pretty heavy damage to Lone Druid, even though Lone Druid can lock down the Life Stealer with that Entangle. Just the fact that Feast does percentage-based damage to both the Lone Druid and the Bear, that hurts a lot. So No Tidehunter prepping themselves for the Lone Druid pick with the Life Stealer ban. Other bans on the field, Nyx as well as the Darkseer, pretty normal. It's going to allow both the Keeper of the Light as well as the Batrider to get in, but hey, one top-tier hero per team, and then that's it. Then we're good. Everyone's even, everyone's fine, and then we're just going to have a nice, clean game without the too many OP heroes running around. Fnatic going to respond to the Batrider Lone Druid with the Keeper of the Light, Shadow Demon, as well as the Gyrocopter. So putting all of their eggs into one lane for the first 3 picks. Keeper of the Light, Shadow Demon is a very good combo. Disruption into an immediate channel for that Illuminate will hit pretty much 100% of the time. You see the disruption duration of the banish 2.5 seconds, and then the Illuminate has a max channel time of 2 seconds at level 1. And really, it's going to be the level 1 Illuminate that's really important. So if you wait for half a second, then start channeling that Illuminate, you're going to pop them pretty much as soon as they come out, and then Gyrocopter is going to be there as well. Whoever is going to be up against this tri-lane, I wish you luck. No Tidehunter have yet to really make any picks to signify if they want to go for a tri-lane themselves. Lone Druid, typically a hero who does solo a lane, whether it's the hard lane or the easy lane. He usually does just do that by himself because he needs a couple of levels. He wants to get that bear up to a high level as soon as possible so he could get that level of Entangle. Once you get that, then you could, I guess, have some support from your teammates, but really it's all about getting high enough to get that Entangle available to you. So No Tidehunter are going to get the Chen pick, still with no like real tri-lane setup quite yet. If I had to guess, I would say Lone Druid, hard lane, Batrider in the middle lane. And then Chen, you're still missing one more support as well as that hard carry, although it could be Lone Druid that No Tidehunter are going to plan for. Usually it's Admiral Bulldog playing the Lone Druid, and then you need a hero for Loda, who is the hard carry player for No Tidehunter. What's he going to play? So still need that hero for Loda. We're going to see what they want to do with it. Fnatic going to actually ban out the Magnus, perhaps anticipating that they're going to have only the Lone Druid as the hard carry. Although I do think No Tide are going to benefit a little bit from having another kind of carry-ish type of hero. Someone who could actually scale with a little bit of items. They could choose to run something like a safe lane Lone Druid and then get something like a Storm Spirit for the mid lane. Apply a little bit of pressure early on, then have the only real item amplifying hero be the Lone Druid, although it's typically not as common as picking up Lone Druid along with someone like a Luna or a Life Stealer or some other carry who's really, really good, like the Gyrocopter. He's already in the pool. The Chen will allow No Tidehunter, though, to have some pretty good pushing with between the Bear and the Chen creeps. That's a lot of extra damage to the towers, a lot of extra meat on the front lines. However, Fnatic, they're already pretty much prepared for this. Gyrocopter will handle any pushes in the late game with his call down as well as his flak cannon, and then of course we have the old guy on his horse who could annihilate pushes like nobody's business. So no Tidehunter taking some time thinking about their bans. Nature's Prophet already being banned out following that Faceless Void ban out by Fnatic, and it's going to be an Earthshaker. It's a really peculiar ban actually, perhaps preparing for a Gyrocopter solo mid. Although Shadow Demon, Keeper of the Light, those two are pretty much all Fnatic needs as far as support goes, and unless they're going to do some sort of farming Earthshaker, which you will never ever see. Actually, I think Navi did that once, but that's not important. No, he wasn't a farming Earthshaker, he's just an Earthshaker that got a lot of farm. There's a difference. Then I don't think that Earthshaker was really a great ban. The stun is very annoying just because it is long range, and he will be a very devastating combo with Keeper of the Light, but I can't imagine Fnatic breaking up the Keeper of the Light Shadow Demon Gyrocopter tri-lane for really anything else, especially if it's some hero like an Earthshaker who's really hit or miss in most circumstances. Final ban out for Fnatic is going to be that Luna, so getting rid of that combination lane also would eliminate a lot of push from that aura. Just the natural plus 14 damage at level 1 is pretty devastating, especially if you're going for a level 1 push. That damage is going to add up against that tower. And the final ban is going to be the Puck. No Tidehunter, eliminating another mid hero for Fnatic. I'm calling it right now. Gonna be Beastmaster. Hani Beastmaster, we're gonna see it. Solo the mid lane. And then, of course, Trixie also does need a hero. Weaver is another hero that Fnatic have been toying around with quite a bit to mix results. Really, picking up a Weaver right now would be a little bit risky. They do have Batrider as well as Lone Druid. Not really the most reliable of disables, but it's actually going to be the Phantom Lancer. So Fnatic, they were going to plan to run the Gyrocopter in the solo mid lane versus that Batrider. Of course, we've seen that matchup many times. Batrider's got to be careful of that flag cannon, but if he plays his cards right, if he keeps his distance, if he keeps his distance first away from the Gyrocopter and close to his creeps, then he should be able to be just fine. However, the Gyrocopter with his flag cannon is free harassment on the Batrider.
10 seconds
and with
remaining.
the constant income of mana that Gyrocopter will have, most likely from picking up a magic stick from the get-go, he'll be able to spam that and all of his spells off, really, whenever he wants to. So the Batrider's got to look for those opportunities, whereas Gyrocopter should be able to survive. So it's a relatively even lane. It really comes down to who is playing and how well they're playing. Fnatic, they're going to pick up that Phantom Lancer. Very solid tri-lane hero as well. Possibly just denying that from no Tidehunter. As I said before, they probably are looking for another carry hero, and Phantom Lancer is, of course, one of the strongest, if not the strongest hero to do that. No Tide actually going to go for their support for their support pick first. It's going to be the Shadow Shaman, another hero that we haven't seen all that often as of late. It used to be really popular back in TI2. I remember Ars Art would play Shadow Shaman pretty much like every single game. A little bit repetitive for him, I'm sure, but really Shadow Shaman is a fantastic hero if you want disables, which is great against Phantom Lancer, as well as, disables are good against everyone. But Shadow Shaman has really fallen out of favor because, for one, he's really slow, and second, because pushing isn't really a huge priority for teams anymore. You will see sometimes strats come out that involve Chen, Lone Druid, or Enchant or something like that. What? Fnatic? Alchemist? Okay. I know I've also seen them run the Alchemist before. We're not going to see Hani's Beastmaster, so I'm kind of wrong about that. But an Alchemist, going for the Alchemist Phantom Lancer as the primary farmers, someone has to solo the safe lane then. It's going to be an aggressive tri-lane, I'm pretty sure, involving the Phantom Lancer? I don't know. Alchemist is going to give Fnatic a ton of late game, so no Tidehunter. They have to end this pretty quickly. And a Phantom Assassin, hell yeah! Here we go! Here we go, I like it. Anyway, no, Shadow Shaman, yeah. He was... you don't really need him as much for the wards because teams aren't really concerned with pushing as much, and he's very easily ganked. And also, yeah, he's just really slow. But no Tide with the Phantom Assassin pick. That's going to be their tri-lane, and can they actually go up against the tri-lane from Fnatic? Looks like it is going to be an Alchemist tri-lane. I gotta say, I don't know how effective that is, unless Fnatic run that on a safe lane. Then Alchemist is going to get all the farm in the world. I don't think no Tidehunter are going to want to contest that because they do have a Chen, so they want to have that Chen in their own jungle. Unless they want to play dangerously, and who knows, no Tidehunter just might feel like playing a little bit dangerously today. But Alchemist will get that farm, but in an aggressive tri-lane versus aggressive tri-lane situation, Fnatic, they will have a lot of kill potential. However, Phantom Assassin does have that blink to escape, and Alchemist got to really be on point with that concoction. I don't think you could get that concoction out if you are spamming that blink strike, although I am not 100% sure. So Fnatic going to go for Supremo late game with their hero picks, but no Tidehunter going big on the kind of a early late game, or I guess early late game would mean mid game. I don't know. Okay, with that Phantom Assassin pick, they'll be able to crit down people pretty hard. Lone Druid as well, giving no Tidehunter a decent shot at the late game. If I expect to see Phantom Assassin go for a quick Battle Fury, try to deal with Trixie's illusions. Because one crit, and then boom, all your illusions are dead. You're still going to have to worry about his invisibility, which is really annoying. No Tidehunter, though. With the Shadow Shaman, should be able to lock Trixie down should they find the right one. So, let's go over who is playing what. We are going to see Hani's Gyrocopter, so that's going to be a mid lane Gyro. Trixie is going to be playing the PL. No Tail on the Keeper of the Light. Ira is going to be hard carrying that Alchemist, and N, not sure who N is. It would be very nice if his... Oh, it's not a Hax. Okay, not a Hax. Haven't seen him in a little bit, but I'm just going to call him N because it's just so easy to say. N is going to be playing that support Shadow Demon. And, well, I don't really know how Fnatic are going to run this. I imagine it's going to be Trixie solo. Oh, wait. Okay, we'll wait for them to fix those heroes up. In the meantime, no Tidehunter. Going to run S4 on that Batrider, heading towards the mid lane. Aki on his signature Chen. Wow, nice turban, bro. Pretty cool. Eggum. Wow, nice hat. Dude, these guys' items are freaking insane. I feel like, is Shadow Shaman's portrait reversed? I don't play much Shadow Shaman, but maybe that hat is just getting to me. He's going to be playing that Shadow Shaman. It's going to be Eggum. Admiral Bulldog, of course. No surprises here on the Lone Druid. And Loda is going to be playing that Phantom Assassin. And no Tidehunter. Do like to run some pretty peculiar carry heroes. I don't know. I think from what I've read from Envy's blog post regarding his boot from the team, it's pretty much Loda who's like, yo, guys, let's run Sniper, and then they actually run Sniper. But this time it's going to be PA, and both teams going into the jungle. I do think that Fnatic have a little bit of a stronger level 1 team fight. Aki, completely useless until he gets a creep, and Fnatic, they're moving as a solid chunk of 5. Their damage, their level 1 is intense, and really, everyone from No Tidehunter, they best run, or else they're pretty much completely screwed. Ira has picked up that level 1 in that concoction, looking for an opportunity, but everyone from No Tide, they know that they do not have a good level 1. Versus the likes of Illuminate, which is a huge 200 damage nuke from level 1. I believe that's the highest level 1 nuke, non-ultimate in the game. Ira, of course, does have a lot of damage, 150 with the unstable concoction. Then they have to deal with a rocket barrage from the Gyrocopter, so there's no way for No Tide to contest that. And it looks like No Tide, it is going to be what I predicted, Lone Druid on this top lane. Thinks he's a Lycan Wolf, okay. Versus Trixie's Gyrocopter, so it's going to be Trixie on the top lane solo Gyrocopter. He's not going to have the best time versus this Lone Druid, just because the Lone Druid will have that constant bear harassment. He's going to be doing stuff like this as well. But the mid lane, oh, the mid lane. Hani, I wish you best of luck. He has a magic stick, yes. So we knew that S4 was going to that mid lane. No surprises there. So he will be able to get a little bit of mana to spam out those spells. But really, the Batrider's range combined with Batrider's inherent lane control means that he will pretty much dominate this lane. And what are you doing, Fnatic? They are wasting so much time hunting for that Shadow Shaman. He does have really low movement speed, but only a differential of 10. Shadow Demon, I'm sorry, was not really going to catch up. And even if he did, it would have been pretty much a lost cause, because we have Phantom Assassin down here just doing her own thing. And Ira is pretty much doing absolutely nothing. So a huge excursion into the jungle, and is going to open up with that disruption. Cannon Blast is going to follow through, as well as a stun. Loda taking some heavy damage, but he should be fine. Poor man's shield is going to keep him alive. All the bursts in the world, and Loda not even breaking a sweat there. He's going to be just fine. I'm sure if Alchemist was level 2, that might have been a little bit different. Get some acid on the ground, possibly a little bit of a curse from Shadow Demon. But really, there's no time to get a level 2 in that. So, Fnatic, they will be able to scare Loda a little bit. Got to remain above that half HP mark. But Loda, if he has a little bit of support, then he could turn things around very easily. Because once that Fnatic payload is dropped, they really don't have anything else. Here's the Cannon Blast, as well as the Stable Concoction. Loda, again, getting dropped to very low health. Eggum taking a little bit of that damage as well. Aki's going to come in. However, Aki hasn't found a single useful crew. Oh, no, here he is. Where's... Where do you get the Hellbear? Okay, Hellbear over there, de-warded. Knew that most of these wards were, most of these camps were blocked, so Aki, unfortunately, not having the best time in the jungles, got to deal with a lot of blocked camps. However, just the Hellbear by himself going to pressure back Era very, very far, and Anna and No-Tail are going to do their best to try to get rid of this Hellbear, but really it's just distracting them from the fact that Loda is happily farming in this lane, and really I don't think Fnatic can do much about it. They're going to try, and again, a lot of damage onto Loda. This time the stun's going to bounce over to the Eggum, but really Loda's fine. Going to pop off a salve or tangos or something. He's going to keep restoring himself, and although they do have a level 1 on that chakra for the Keeper of the Light, oh, top lane getting ganked up. Trixie with a lot of tar stacks, 2 on him. S4 with Haste Rune, not going to let Trixie escape, and Admiral Bulldog, no, it's going to be S4 killing off Trixie for the first blood. Look at that. Claps for me because I did not miss first blood. I know I set the bar really low. But S4 with the Haste Rune diving straight in on that Gyrocopter. 14 for 1 versus the 12 for 1. So the Gyrocopter was having a pretty good time versus that lone Druid, despite the fact that the bear was constantly on top of him. But of course that death did set him back. Level 4 on the Gyrocopter, and we have level 4, almost level 5 on the lone Druid. So lone Druid going to get a little bit of an edge from that bear, taking a lot of damage. Going to send him back to the base. We're going to see what lone Druid wants to do for this. Usually we do see nowadays at least, the build is Lightning Hammer, Phase Boots, whatever order, depending on how well you farm. We'll see if Lone Druid wants to go for that again, but Era really isn't getting that much farms. Went for a straight ring Basilius, not a bad item on the Alchemist, considering his subpar intelligence, no offense, and the fact that, well, he really needs mana. Hani in the mid lane, gotta be careful of that. 4 stacks of tar doing some really heavy damage with only level 1 Flame Break. Hani, 16 for 4, not doing too bad actually against the Batrider, did leave to the top lane, and meanwhile, the top lane again, Gyrocopter just got entangled, I suppose. Caught the tail end of that one. I got first blood though, so that's really the only thing that counts. S4, he's letting Hani have a decent time in this mid lane. Phantom Ledger with the bottle is a really annoying thing to go up against. Spirit Lance harassment, it's going to be really annoying. But S4 taking that trip to the top lane, got himself a kill in exchange for letting the Phantom Lancer farm just a little bit. He was going to be completely okay with that because he got first blood. I mean, you don't want to pass up on first blood. No Tide. They're going to find a couple of Keeper of the Light illusions. Aki's still packing around that Centaur Courser? What the hell's a Courser? I guess it's a centaur that courses, but what the hell does that mean? I'm also pretty sure it's a small centaur, not the big one. It's another one of those misnamed things. What the hell? Wow, they actually can't see that from the tower. That's really interesting. Alright, so enough about being distracted by those little weird quirks of Dota 2. Loda still farming on the spot lane. 19-4 versus Era, who has managed to pick up a little bit of CS of his own, however, completely skipping that Grieval's Greed. This is going to be an aggressive Alchemist played by the hard carry of Fnatic. I guess they're really depending on Hani as well as Trixie to deliver the late game, because this Alchemist with no points in the Grieval's Greed really is not a hugely capable late game hero. The stun is very nice. The acid does help a lot when you are with the Gyrocopter, and getting a little bit of frame rate lag there, but really if you don't have the Grieval's Greed, then you're not playing an Alchemist. At least you're not playing a hard carry Alchemist. So really no Tidehunter, don't have to worry about this Alchemist all too much. The stun is going to be very damaging, very annoying spell to go up against, but in the late game, Loda is going to be able to tear through that Alchemist with his low armor, and the crits really it doesn't matter how much health you have, because Loda's going to kill you regardless. Top lane Trixie taking a solo death versus Admiral Bulldog is going to put the Lone Druid firmly in the lead with a 2-level advantage. The Orb of Venom slowing the Gyrocopter just enough, even eliminating his Tranquil Boot proc so that he could easily kill him off. S4 going to fight Hani just a little bit, bottling up. They're trying to race to the top rune. Joke's on Hani though, because the rune's down bottom, regen rune. Aki gonna spot that one. It's gonna be another race. Aki's gonna get it. Race. Aki gets a regen rune and gets all of his mana back. No-Tail can't attack him through that. S4 unfortunately could not get his hands on that rune, but he's doing pretty well. He's the Tranquil Boots as well as a Magic Stick, so he should be fine to just do his own thing, and he won't run out of mana or health. Yeah, it's definitely a naming error with that Centaur. Another attempt onto Loda's life on the spot lane, but with Tranquil Boots and the Phantom Assassin, these attempts are going to be more and more futile. Because really, their burst damage is not increasing fast enough. Level 1 on the Keeper of Light. Maybe if they had level 2 Illuminate, and maybe if they had level 2 on the Concoction. Although a gank from Aki, the burst is going to be huge. The shock killing him off. Aki getting the last hit and is now on the run. Loda is right on top of him, throwing that dagger right into the spine of Shadow Demon. That's going to drop him. No Tide getting in 2 easy kills onto Fnatic's bottom lane. Not too sure about this Alchemist pick. I mean, if you wanted a stun, why not go for a Sven? I don't even. I guess Unstable Concoction does do some pretty good damage, but yeah, I don't know. Alchemist just doesn't seem like a hugely useful hero to pick up if you just are going to use him as a purely aggressive tri-lane hero. He's even going to go for a little bit of a stroll. Going to go to the top lane. Admiral Bulldog is none the wiser about this. However, do they have enough damage? Maybe if they get the call down. Trixie is not level 6, however, so there is no call down. Going to do some heavy damage to the bear. Admiral Bulldog looking for a kill. There's a stun as well as the acid. Bulldog is going to get entangled onto Trixie. However, he is probably going to go down the process. Bear, no, don't attack the creeps. Bear, why? I don't think it would have been enough regardless, though. So Gyrocopter does kill off the lone druid. And with the help of Ira, moved up to that top lane. Gonna max out Acid first, actually. Perhaps Ira wants a little bit more push to happen. I'm not too sure what they want to do with this Alchemist. Kind of all over the place. I guess you would want more Unstable Concoction if you're going to go for heavy roaming, but then he goes for the spell that's kind of in the middle ground with no Grievel's Greed. I have no idea. Okay, missed that kill completely. Loda going right on top of No Tail. Really, level 8 Phantom Assassin with absolutely no damage items to his name, demolishing a Keeper of the Light. Not really surprising, he does have a 4 level advantage on top of that Keeper. And Stifling Dagger does a ton of damage. I mean, 200 damage, that's not bad. It does half damage to heroes, but still, it's still a ton. Loda going to find the real Hani, going to pull him back straight into Eggum. Is there a shackle? There is. Hani taking a lot of damage, but really not enough. They can't kill him fast enough. Shock is not going to do him in. Push back from the flame break. Hani still taking a lot of damage. He will get saved a little bit from N. And why did you come in such low HP? Curse onto the Bat Rider, but Eggum with another shock is going to kill off the Shadow Demon. Another 2 kills for no Tidehunter. Not sure if Natahax was aware that he had like 10 HP, but it probably, oh, okay, here we have an interesting situation. Probably was a mistake from the Shadow Demon. Possibly was just, he thought the teleportations were going to be enough to force S4 off of the Phantom Lancer, but the joke's on him, right? You go in at no HP, you're going to get punished. Okay, so we have a really interesting situation right here because Keeper of the Light, his nuke is going to do 300 damage to S4, and combined with the 25% magic resistance, Bat Rider will live through this. However, No Tail, will he be fast enough to follow up and get 2 right clicks? No Tail is unfortunately too slow to get that. Doesn't have boots actually, so really no chance for No Tail to make that happen. Meantime, bot lane, Aki has hit that level 6 mark, Hand of God, as well as the double creeps are up for him. He's going to send the Hellbear back just to draw the creep aggro. However, teleportation is coming in. It's going to be Hani. Stomp, no stomp. The blink forward from Loda doing some heavy damage to that PL. Really, they want this push to continue. They have a Ring of Basilius, and it is on Loda, trying to clear off these creeps as much as possible. But the Keeper is now here. Fan of God going to save Chen's creeps as well as give a little bit more HP around the board. But S4, 9 minutes in, 2 kills to his name is going to let him get a very, very quick blink dagger. And then Hani's got to be careful. A quick blink into a straight lasso means that Hani's really not going to have much time to try to survive that and get a doppel walk off. He's going to do a lot of damage to Loda, however. Another lance, that's not going to be enough. Stifling Dagger does a substantial amount of slow. It's a really great skill, actually, Stifling Dagger. So the fact that it's on Phantom Assassin kind of makes it a little bit weaker. Aki, though, does have dust, and he wants Hani dead. Is completely spotted out, though. Hani, he also sees Aki, so Hani just, he's going to pretend to be a vulnerable target, but really he's not in any danger right here, unless the slow is a lot more deadly than I give it credit for, but he should be fine on that lane. Top lane is going to be Eggum hiding in the trees, waiting for Ira. Do they have vision of him? I don't think they do. You're right on the edge if they do. Bear. Just waiting for the bear to pop his phase boots, dash towards that alchemist. Oh, there they go, there they go. Go. No, great. We'll wait. Well, we have all day. We'll wait. Maybe they just want to get a little bit of chip damage on this alchemist first. What are you doing, Eggum? At least, go over here. Come on. Ira's just going to be fine. There's no gank going to happen. Not ever. That's forward with that blink dagger. Staying into this mid lane. Trying to get a little bit more. Maybe he wants that level 2 lasso. The extra 0.5 seconds isn't that big a deal, but lowering the cooldown is pretty substantial. because of how great that spell is with the Blink Dagger attached to it. Now S4 is going to move forward. This guy is going to make it happen, but Gyrocopter does have a maxed out Rocket Barrage, so that's going to hurt S4 quite a bit. Blink forward, going to take a lot of Rocket Barrage damage, but the Wolves even absorbing some of it. Flame Break going to push Trixie farther back, 5 seconds on that stun. It's not going to be enough to kill off S4, hold him back. There's not enough damage. Trixie is also going to survive this. Shadow Shaman not yet at the level 6 mark. Possibly that's what he was waiting for, just trying to steal experience until he gets Serpent Moar to go for a push. And he is very, very close. He's got to get that last level. There it is. So they can make a very aggressive push now onto that tier 1 top lane tower. Bottom lane, however, it's going to be Shadow Demon and dropping to Aki. I guess just a straightforward blink forward into a kill. Now Ira in a little bit of trouble. The first hit entangle, of course. 5 seconds is going to count down, but Ira is on the run. Flame Break going to push the Gyrocopter back. Ira, though, is going to get assisted from No Tail, in quotes, of course, having the enemy team bounce back towards him. Oh god, S4 is going to try to teleport out of there. No mana or not enough to disable. Oh my god, sorry about that, guys. Something got caught in my throat there. But I am all better now, but Fnatic's, oh my god, first entangle on Trixie. What is your luck, Admiral Bulldog? That is some BS if I ever saw it. And get another kill on this Gyrocopter, 3rd death for him, and no Tide with a 10-2 advantage with the win over the mid lane, top lane, as well as bot lane. Admiral Bulldog though in a little bit of trouble. Eggum taking a lot of damage, gonna lay down his wards before he dies. Perfect ward trap onto No Tail. Gotta hack his way out, but he should not be able to do so. The damage should be high enough. Lone Druid is gonna get popped by the Alchemist, but in the meantime the Serpent Moar is killing off No Tail, who I guess hit the wrong ward. But it is going to be a 2-for-1 trade there. However, Loda on the bot lane, heading straight towards his Battle Fury as predicted. With the help of Aki taking down that tier 1 bottom lane tower, Gyro is going to move down to this lane, try to force them off with a call down most likely. However, this tower is going to take some pretty substantial damage, and really this Gyrocopter's got to be careful. Blink forward from Loda is going to mean a very, very dead Trixie. Really the only thing keeping Trixie alive right now is the fact that he has a maxed out Rocket Barrage. And that if PA jumps in, well, the poor man's shield isn't going to help her because she's going to be dead. However, Loda does have some pretty big damage. Battle Fury completed 13 minutes in. So PA is going to be a farming monster right now. And Fnatic, how is their farm looking? They don't have any of their core heroes in the top 3, which is never something you want to see. Ira, of all people, is actually up in front with only 1 point in the Grievel's Greed. Ganks, the constant deaths on the Gyrocopter combined with the fact that Hani simply can't find his farm anywhere on the map means that the gold just isn't flowing for Fnatic, despite the fact that they have some really, really hard carry-ish type heroes. Do you think that Alchemist's both pick and usage was a little bit of a mistake from Fnatic? Really not working out too well for them, because the Alchemist right now, he's just a play stun. The Acid does do a little bit of damage, I guess, but really, if you pick up an Alchemist, you want to get a hard farmer, and if you put anyone on Ira, you want a hard farmer, but Alchemist just simply is not playing like that, whereas Loda, the hard farmer for no Tidehunter, as well as Phantom Assassin, a hero that farms hard, is playing exactly as he's supposed to. 2 kills as well as 2 assists. Combine that with a whole buttload of those creep kills means that, well, he's going to get a lot of really big items really quickly already. He does have 1. We'll see what he wants to go for his next item. Probably going to be a straight BKB. You don't really need that many items on the Phantom Assassin. Yes, they do make your crits look very spectacular, but your crits do a lot of damage regardless. 485 to the creeps. Granted, they have only 1 armor, but still, that is a lot of damage that Loda is going to put out. He could afford to go for some pure survivable items, because his damage will still be there. Now Smoke Up, Aki as well as Eggum. Probably going to look towards the bot lane. However, the person who's going to be in trouble is Admiral Bulldog. Going to get stunned by Ira. The call down is there as well, and Bulldog going to die for the 3rd time. Pretty much all the deaths from No Time. Loda can teleport in, going to get a dash forward onto Trixie. The blink forward lasso is going to catch the Gyrocopter as well. Loda trying to do the damage. Trixie going to burn in the Firefly. 1 more hit is going to kill him off. And Loda as well as S4 going to make it out alive. Eggum looking for a Hex. Hex already used actually. Shackle is going to be the order of business. Era is going to get the 1 Shackle. Loda trying to go for the Shadow Demon. However, his self-destruction will buy himself a little bit of time, but the Battle Fury is going to make short work of that. There you go. 3 hits going to kill him off. And Chen in the bot lane getting a solo kill on the Keeper of the Light. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh man, I wish I could actually see that, but whatever. It's too late, not going to rewind it. Loda is going to get engaged upon 1 more time. 2 on that stun. Loda can take a Spirit Lance as well. Does have that Phantom Strike. Going to blink straight forward to Eggum. This time the Ward Trap is not going to latch. However, it is going to force the Alchemist out of here. Going to pop off the Chemical Rage. Try to get a little bit of HP going. No Tail going to come in to support. Going to arm up that Illuminate. Eggum is out of support. No, here comes support. It's going to be an armlet on the Spirit Bear. Trying to get an entangle up to Hani. First hit entangle is not going to come in time. No Tidehunter. At the very worst, they are holding even in these trades, and I don't even think that's the case. I'm pretty sure they're getting beneficial trades, but all the while, Aki's on this bot lane. He's pushing. He's getting kills on the Keeper of the Light, and he's just forcing people back. And now N gonna take a Hex. Shackle isn't there. No disruption, as well as that Cannon Blast. Boom, Eggum. Oh no, Force Staff out. He was completely okay there. He didn't take any damage at all. Kind of surprising. Eggum's gonna survive. That Illuminate would have killed him off if it hit, but the tower does drop. Was it denied? No, Lone Druid does pick that tower up, and now Phase Boots on the Bear, looking for blood. Gonna find N. First entangle. Now he's now out of range, and the Bear should die from this one. Although no more Rocket Barrage. There's the lasso onto someone. It's gonna be the Alchemist. He's gonna end up stunning himself. That's not gonna help him get out of there. Mega kill on the Bat Rider. Now Trixie gonna burn his call down, however, missing everything. Hex onto Trixie, loaded in the back end, sniping off the Shadow Demon, gonna go straight for the Keeper of the Light, and Trixie on the run. He has no shot in hell. He's gonna drop in no tail. Calls GG. 17 minutes in, no Tidehunter. Do have the late game firmly under their belts with the Lone Druid already packing the armlet, and Phantom Assassin with a ton of items of herself. So I guess Fnatic just decided we're not even going to stay for that. Our early mid-game pressure strategy didn't work, so what's the point of even going to the late game when we know that is not what we prepared for? And well, you're already 18-5 up, and yeah, that is, yeah. So Fnatic are going to tap out a little bit early. No Tidehunter, going to bring this set 1-0 in favor of themselves. So we're going to move on to game number 2, and once again, guys, I'm going to be on break, so the uploads in general are going to stop. I think by tomorrow. So I'm going to try to burn through as many of these as I can, upload them at the same time. Thanks for watching, guys. GG.